Hello, and welcome back to their Dokkan battle video! Y'all know the kind of timing we are on again. Alright, obviously we're in the Gogeta fight today. Now, on an entirely separate note, besides the fact that we're in the Gogeta fight, God Goku Week, I think, has the potential to be one of the more either boring or interesting weeks, depending on how things go, right? Because God Goku, if y'all don't remember, I know I brought this up in the first video, but for some reason, God Goku has been one of the most hated on units in, like, Dokkan history for seemingly zero reason, right? He is in the same category as, like, Tech Ultimate Gohan, in my opinion, right? We're so, and I guess Beast Gohan too, where they just get hate to get hate. And I don't really understand why, necessarily, right? Because God Goku, when he came out, was easily the best T1 in the game. Like, it wasn't even close, right? I know people try to cope for, like, Kale. I distinctly remember when people thought Kale was better than him. And that entire time I was like, wow, these people are stupid. Also, this is, like, the worst. Wow. Wow, okay. Well, I guess we're relying on his 60% dodge chance, because I don't know what else you could do here. Jeez. This is, like, awful. I guess that's kind of what happens when I only... Oh, yucky, yeah. There you go. See, that's what happens if you don't get 6 orbs. But also, like, god-awful rotation. God-awful. All 3 of my floaters, basically. On the same rotation. Yeah, that's great. It's great. It's great. Now, I could bring another Rainbow Orb Changer, but there really isn't another one that I would want to bring on the Beast team. Right? At least none that I'm thinking about actively right now. So, we're just gonna hop right back in and hope that we don't have, like, okay, yeah, this is fine. This is fine. This is acceptable. This is, like, perfectly fine. I don't mind this at all. It's a little suspicious, but it's not that bad. Oh. You know what we could do? We could do this. Now, you might be saying, isn't this trolling? And to that I say, yes. But, think about this, right? We live this turn, right? Beast comes on to the next turn. Beast goes slot, or actually, well, we're not going to be able to Beast taunt, right? But I was thinking, like, oh, we can get Beast on here. Oh, well, we're dead anyway, doesn't matter. Okay. I was thinking that maybe there's, like, a way that we could shenanigan our way to have the fusions linked up together in slot on turn 4, or whenever they fuse. Or transform, and very clearly that did not happen. No, we're trying to get silly. We're trying to get goofy, right? There isn't really like a turn 1 domain that God Goku has access to. At least not one that I'm thinking about. Yeah, because like all the superclass domains are like turn 5, right? We don't have a turn 1 superclass domain, which is kind of weird. I feel like we should have a turn 1 superclass domain. Like, I don't see a reason for us not to have one. Because what are all the domains, right? You got the initial domains. Oh, actually, there is one. There is one domain, though. And that's the Trunks, right? The initial Trunks that introduced the domain mechanic to us. Right, there's him. He can be a turn 1 superclass domain, but he's terrible. I'm not bringing him in here. There's no way. So there's him, I guess. There's Future Gohan, which is his 5th turn. There is Murjamasu, which is not, he's extreme class, and he's 5th turn. Then after that we got, who was after them? Who was the next domain after them? Was it PHY? Oh no, it was Broly. Well, Broly's extreme class. Right, I mean, I guess he is on this team. I also don't have Broly. Right, and then it was Broly. Then it was... what? Goku Black. Oh, are you joking? 70% dodge fail. It's one of those videos. It's one of those videos. Everyone's missing dodges today. It's gonna be one of those days where we're just gonna not dodge all day, which is, you know, pretty cool. Dodged literally everything else, but also, God Goku only took like 150k from the normal, which, like, I'll be honest, I'm gonna take that. That's not bad. That could be significantly worse. Like, let's be honest, that could be so much worse. It really wasn't bad. Okay. Not great rotations again here. You want to go down like this? Probably. And we're gonna be able to get the key and go on, so that we can potentially get a 24 key with HJUI. Anyway, so what being that what the next superclass domain that we got after Future Gohan was Tech UI, and Tech UI again is his 5th turn domain. And then every other domain we've gotten since then has been Extreme Class. Right? Slug, Broly again, and then Buhan. Right? And those are like turn 1 domains that you can do. So there really isn't a turn 1 superclass domain. So I kind of would like to see one. I don't know, maybe like... Who would it make sense? Right? Because it has to make sense for them to have the domain. Whether they create something, send you somewhere, blah, 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 right? It has to make some conceivable sense for a superclass character to have a domain. And I can't really think of one, right? Like, because Tech UIs make sense to me, personally. Dude, are you serious? Oh boy. We do this? Thing is, I would have wanted Vegito and Gogeta linked up next to each other. But like, dude, we can't live if anyone gets hit by a super attack, so I can't risk there being a super attack in slot 3 because, I mean, well, Beast probably would be fine. Probably post super attack. If it's not the first hit that he takes, he would be okay. But it's just gonna be one of those things. Just don't super right here in slot 2. Because the thing is, right, if he supers in slot 2, Vegito dies, and that's like the only other place we could put him. Or I guess in slot 1, right? Any of those like 1 sets, we could have put him there. But if it's the super attack, he dies. So we kind of have to put him in slot 3 so that he can dodge. But there's so many attacks in slot 3 where if he gets hit, he dies. It's a little annoying. A little annoying. But anyway, as I was saying, it's a bit convoluted to try and get a situation where we're gonna be able to actually like have like another superclass domain. Like, I don't know who it would be, because like I'm trying to think of like the entire like range of Dokkan characters, or not Dokkan characters, but like Dragon Ball characters in general, to think of like a superclass character who like send you somewhere, brought you somewhere else. I mean, you could give it to like Kaioken Goku, right? I think you could make Kaioken Goku have a domain, right? From like the I mean, specifically from the Sand Saga, right? Where he's like, hey, let's take this somewhere else, right? I think you can make that a domain, right? Because that's basically why Trunks has a domain, right? That free-to-play Trunks, because when he sends Cell off to the plains, right? He like pushes him out to the plains, and that's the domain activation. So I think you could do that for like Kaioken Goku, maybe, right? Where he's like, hey, let's take this fight somewhere else, and then you get sent to like the rocky area from like every single Dragon Ball game ever. I think that could work and make that like a turn 1 domain, because that happens at the start of the fight, right? So you can make that like, I know we technically have an intro of, wow, okay. Thanks for the dodge, buddy. But I know we technically have an intro of like that initial like Goku pose against Vegeta. But you can do an intro of him being like, "Hey Vegeta, this place is dangerous. Let's take this somewhere else." And then they go off to the plane. I guess you could also do that technically for Super Saiyan 2 to 3 Goku, right? Like the It one that we just got, the one that fights Majin Vegeta. You can do that for him too, because they do the same thing, right? That's like the only thing I can like reasonably think about that like makes sense to have as like a domain for a superclass character. And I feel like having more superclass domain options is really important. I feel like it would help out just a lot in the long run to just have more of them. But for some reason we just don't. So I don't really understand why we don't, but we just straight up don't have very many superclass domains. Like, is it great that we have like really, really powerful and different extreme class domains? Yes, yes it is. But 3 of them are on the same team. 2 of them are on a same different team. The other 2, and no, actually, yeah, 3 of them are on super bosses. 3 of them are on movie bosses. Right? We got multiple, like just a villain in general. I think every single one of them is on transformation boost except for Zamasu. So it's just like there's so many of them right now that it's a little hard to get value out of all of them in their own individual spot. A lot of them are on demonic power. The 2 of them are on demonic power, right? So it's just like we have all these domains, but I need them to spread them out just a little bit more and give us a couple superclass ones. That way we can have one for like fights like this, where like a turn 1 domain turns this fight into silly putty. That's what we would like, right? It would be really helpful to get that for the superclass teams. Again, I think my personal choice would probably, if we were to get like a dual Dokkan Fest for the Saiyan Saga, you know, Z Hero Goku, right? And then, I don't know, Pure Saiyan Vegeta, something like that, right? Would love that. Would love that. Whether that be like Tanabata or something, whatever. Anything at all that would allow us to have that in there, that would be great. I would absolutely adore that. It would make my entire day if we were to get something like that. If we cannot get 6 orbs here, I'm going to be popping the domain, or the target, which we cannot, so there we go. Beast should be completely fine. We progressed so far in this fight where we're not going to take damage anyway. We just need to get like 1 decent run. Also, I didn't even mention God Goku dodging the super attack, by the way. I don't feel like I needed to. But, you know, just to make it clear, he is that guy. Still incredibly useful character. I don't think he's ever going to, like, fully die. Because dodge is literally, like, a mechanic that can't age. So long as there's characters like Tech UI who can make it so you can dodge everywhere, you're always going to get that ability to dodge, right? The only problem with a character like Physical God Goku is that since his damage right now, right, is really, really bad, and they keep doing like damage threshold bosses, you're never gonna actually get like full use out of him because he's not gonna be able to do any damage, but he will be able to be like a decent floater, especially if he's on teams like the Super Saiyan team. Like if he was on Glorio's team, he'd be amazing, right? I think he. Actually, is he on Glorio's team? If he is, we'll run the team. I know he's not on the 200%, but is he on Accelerated Battle or Battle of Wits? I actually have no idea. He would probably be on Accelerated Battle if he was. Because that's a category I think a lot of God Gokus are on. He is! Okay, we're running Glorio's team tomorrow. Like, no matter what, we're running Glorio's team. Also, we have like a full turn of 100% dodge right now. You know what? I am going to actually play some of these domains and active skills. So let's go with this first.
別に正義のヒーローでもなんでもねえ。今度な仲間を傷つけるやつは許さねえぞ。
You know, I'm a little upset that that didn't kill. It was really close. Now Gogeta's at 1.3 million defense, so he's pretty good. It is nice to use the blue fusions again. Well, actually, you know, they pairs really well with GOKU. That's right, that's right. Oh hey, super attack. What a time to be alive. Yeah, as I was saying earlier, right? I kind of want Kaioken Goku to be like our thing, and we're definitely gonna use Glorio. Just 'cause I love Glorio. I love using Glorio. He's such a fun unit. Has he solved for me just a little bit recently? Yes. But is he really, really fun? Also yes. Also very much yes. Well, anyway, we did it. We won. Not too bad. We got kind of smoked a little bit, but then we bounced back. We were completely fine after a little bit, but it's all good. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye bye.